upstate New York right now. I'm outside because it's like the first nice day we've ever had, and yeah, we've had a couple sprinkled in here and there. I had 2 shows over the weekend. I'm in New York. It's always cold here, so I got to be outside for the first minute because you and I both know we're going to be stuck in the studio all night. But today we're going to try to make it a quick tip. I'm going to talk about EQing and using a spectral analyzer properly, or at least my way of doing it. I guess there really is no proper way, and how we're going to get it right to kind of help you get your master right and kind of dial in a little bit more of the balance and find out, you know, where you're stacking too much and whatnot. Anyways, if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Please support. We're going to be posting a lot more good info. Thanks. All right, and we're here. This time in my old bedroom, upstate New York, and my dad turned it into a little bit of a studio for himself, which is kind of cool. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about EQ and how to use a spectral analyzer to kind of get your master looking right. A couple things to point out real quick. Make sure you compare the same type of song. Don't compare like a song that is maybe like a dubstep ripper versus like your deep house song, like to try to get like the same, like try to go for apples and apples, not apples and oranges. This is a piece of music I made a couple weeks ago, and I went through my DJ sets stuff and I found this Migos Bad and Bougie Zoo remix, which kind of had a similar drop. It has vocals in the drops like mine, and the bass line on mine is I would say a little bit thicker and more, well, maybe not thicker, but a different tone, and yeah, so on and so forth. So the first thing we're going to do is take the reference and we're going to bypass our master chain. I bounced this. I tried to do it in the session. My computer did not like the idea of me recording, me talking, and also having a whole session open, which kind of sucks. But so here we are. We got mine and the master chain on the master, and we're going to bypass the master on our reference. And this is a cool trick anyways for just A and B songs. Next thing, you need a spectral analyzer. I think that Ozone is probably going to be the best one for the tutorial because the matching is built in, and I'm going to use that a little bit to give you guys a feel on how I do this. But I think if you don't have it, you can use Voxengo Span, and I don't have it on this computer, but it's called Voxengo Span. I think it's free. So anyways, pop open Ozone, EQ, right click on it, and do spectrum options, and you're going to switch the peak hold time and the average time to infinite, and this will do this. And that'll hold out an average of the song, which is important because you want to get a really broad picture, not 1 millisecond samples going really fast, which looks cool, but isn't going to be so helpful. And last but not least, when it comes to EQing, I kind of want you guys to do the master EQing very gently. I don't think it's a good idea to do when I don't watch you guys, but you know what I'm saying. You don't want to do it too crazy. Don't go OD. If you have access to the mix, because it's your song, you should try to fix it all in the mix, if that makes sense. I try to limit myself to 2 decibels of EQing and very broad strokes if I'm if I'm boosting, and sharp cuts, but not too sharp when I'm cutting. But I try to keep it to broad strokes. The other thing is I want you guys to think. I think what helps is to simplify it. Stop thinking about all these curves and all these shapes, and just think: is my song brighter or is it duller? And if it's brighter or duller, you know, you kind of have a direction on where to go. And if you can fix it in the mix, try to fix it in the mix. Okay, cool. So let's get to it. I'm going to turn matching on. And I messed up and I recorded this once and I forgot to record the audio, which was stupid of me. And we're going to hit capture and we're going to play the song. I'm going to click that really quickly to hear it. And now we got a little snapshot. And now we're going to do this with the reference. And since we bypassed the master, you're going to have to drag EQ out. And this should be at the end of your master chain. So we had to drag it out. And now we have to go on the channel. And we're going to do the same thing.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Hot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger, nobody. Call up.
Cool. You notice how when the snare drum came in too, the highs got filled out really quickly. So try to compare similar parts to your drop if you can. And here we are. We've got a little bit of a snapshot. Now I'm going to drag this back on my master. And again, it's after the limiter, but I'm not going to be EQing after limiter. I'm going to EQ here at the start. And here's my EQ. And this is what I did for my song because this is what I felt was right. We're going to clear that just for the purpose of this tutorial. And that's the most EQing I think I've ever done in master. I don't know why, I just felt like doing a lot that time. And here we are. And I know that Ozone has a matching feature, but I like to make the decisions myself. I don't really want like a algorithm to do it, because I also want to hear what it sounds like, as opposed to just hitting it with this where it's just all these crazy shapes. And I know you can smooth it, and maybe this will work for some of you guys, but it does give you a broad picture of what the difference is. And I think a huge difference right here at the clap. So let's hear it. I'm going to play it. Oops, wrong, my song. And I'm going to hold down Alt or Option, and I'm going to kind of see what the differences are here. You can hear it's the clap. So maybe my clap is different, and that's cool. But if I want to take it down, I know exactly where it is, and it's right around there, 4800. And again, broad strokes. I'm not trying to go crazy. For the cuts, you can be a little sharper. But you can see it's between like 3200 and like 7. So I think that's a pretty fair assessment right there. We'll do -2. Again, it seems like you're doing a huge amount here, but check it out. This isn't going to be that huge of a difference. Super subtle, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like I would go back to the mix and fix that. And then here, we've got a lot more of this. And I think that's actually because my bass line plays a lot more throughout the song than the Zoo song, which is kind of subtle, and here and there, it's like 2 or 3 notes in the drop. I'll play it again so you can get a quick.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Cooking, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking.
See, it's a little more sporadic, and mine's a lot different. So you want to set the differences of what the songs are, but you also want to kind of get an idea of how your stuff stacks up to other songs. So maybe you could do another broad cut. And this one I want to do real broad. And you could do something like that and kind of cut down on it. And that'll help with the muddiness. Cool. And even a little broader is okay. And let's hear it before and after now. Super subtle. So yeah, again, this isn't like a crazy, oh my god. This is more of a fix it in the mix kind of thing. And then if you have some buildups you can't fix in the mix, hit it with a little EQ. But anyways, this is how I use a spectral analyzer to master and get my songs a little bit more balanced and fix problems in the mix. I hope you gain some knowledge from it, and you can improve on my techniques as well and share it in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. See you guys soon.